Horror story. Title: The Cursed Amulet. Main story: Max Morgan and Clara Walsh had always enjoyed their quiet lives as farmers in the small town of Washington, USA. The vast fields of corn that stretched across their property provided them with a sense of tranquility, and they relished in the simplicity of their daily routines. Little did they know that their lives were about to take a terrifying turn. It was a sunny afternoon when Max and Clara stumbled upon something unusual in their field. As they tended to the crops, Clara's keen eyes caught a glimmer at the feet of a scarecrow. Curiosity piqued, they cautiously approached the straw-stuffed figure. Nestled in the soil was a mysterious amulet, emanating an eerie aura. Max, an adventurous spirit, couldn't resist picking up the amulet. As soon as he did, an ominous gust of wind rustled the surrounding cornstalks, sending shivers down their spines. They exchanged nervous glances, realizing that something was terribly wrong. Without warning, the ground beneath their feet trembled, and the earth cracked open before them. Max and Clara tumbled into a dark chasm, their screams swallowed by the void. They landed in a dimly lit underground chamber, their bodies battered and their minds filled with dread. The room was a labyrinth of crumbling stone walls, adorned with grotesque carvings. Shadows danced ominously, casting eerie silhouettes that seemed to whisper malevolently. Max and Clara knew they had to find a way out, but escape seemed almost impossible. As they ventured deeper into the labyrinth, their footsteps echoed eerily, and the air grew heavy with a musty stench. Suddenly, the walls seemed to shift, blocking their path and trapping them in a claustrophobic maze. Panic set in as they realized they were at the mercy of an unknown force. Desperate to survive, Max and Clara pressed forward, hoping to find a hidden exit. Their hands trembled as they touched cold, slimy walls. Every turn they took only led them deeper into the nightmarish maze, as if mocking their futile attempts to escape. Hours turned into days, and their hope dwindled. Exhaustion consumed them, their bodies growing weaker with each passing moment. Just as they were on the verge of giving up, a faint glimmer caught Clara's eye. A narrow shaft of light pierced through a crack in the wall. Summoning their last reserves of strength, Max and Clara clawed their way towards the light. As they emerged, they found themselves in a forgotten graveyard, the moon casting an eerie glow on the weathered tombstones. The sense of relief was short-lived, for they realized they were not alone. Silhouettes emerged from the darkness, their gaunt figures adorned in tattered clothing. The dead had risen, their hollow eyes fixed on the terrified farmers. Max and Clara's hearts pounded in their chests as they tried to evade the advancing horde, their footsteps muffled by the thick fog that blanketed the graveyard. Just as it seemed all hope was lost, a thunderous explosion rocked the night. The ground beneath the undead erupted, hurling them into the air like broken puppets. A figure emerged from the smoke, brandishing a shotgun. Elijah, an old war veteran who had stumbled upon the gruesome scene. Elijah had been drawn to the amulet's malevolent power and had been tracking its curse for years. Determined to end its reign of terror, he had followed its dark energy to Max and Clara's farm. Together, they fought back the undead, their adrenaline fueling their desperate struggle. Finally, as dawn broke, the last of the undead fell to the ground, lifeless once more. Max, Clara, and Elijah stood amidst the carnage, their bodies battered and minds shattered by the harrowing ordeal. The once beautiful graveyard now lay in ruins, a haunting reminder of the evil that had enveloped their lives. As the dust settled and the morning sun cast its warm rays, Max, Clara, and Elijah exchanged weary glances. The weight of their shared experience bonded them in a way that only surviving such horrors could. Grateful for their lives and newfound camaraderie, they made a solemn vow to prevent the amulet's darkness from infecting anyone else. Elijah, with his knowledge of ancient artifacts and curses, took charge. He explained that the amulet was a vessel for a malevolent spirit, its power growing stronger with each innocent soul it claimed. It had lured Max and Clara to the Scarecrow, intending to use their life force to further its sinister agenda. United by a common purpose, the trio embarked on a dangerous quest to rid the world of the amulet's curse once and for all. They traversed treacherous landscapes, delving into forgotten crypts and ancient ruins, deciphering cryptic symbols and enduring supernatural trials. With each step, the amulet's grip tightened, its influence spreading like a festering disease. Max and Clara could feel their strength waning, their very essence draining away. But they refused to succumb to despair, fueled by the determination to protect their loved ones and rid the world of this malevolence. Finally, after countless battles and heart-stopping encounters, they arrived at the epicenter of the amulet's power, a desolate, ancient temple hidden deep within a forbidding jungle. The air crackled with dark energy, and a sense of foreboding hung heavy in the atmosphere. Inside the temple, they confronted the embodiment of the amulet's malevolence, a grotesque creature, twisted and contorted by the depths of its evil. A fierce battle ensued, with Max, Clara, and Elijah fighting for their lives against the monstrosity. Each strike they delivered echoed with the collective determination of all the innocent souls claimed by the amulet. With every blow, the creature weakened, its malevolent energy dissipating. In a final act of desperation, it lunged at Clara, its razor-sharp claws inches away from her throat. But Max, driven by an indomitable will to protect her, intercepted the attack, sacrificing himself to save the woman he loved. Enraged and grief-stricken, Clara channeled her sorrow into a surge of raw power. With a burst of supernatural energy, she unleashed a force that obliterated the creature and shattered the cursed amulet into 1,000 shards. As the temple crumbled around them, Clara clutched Max's lifeless body, tears streaming down her face. Elijah approached, offering solace and a promise to honor their sacrifice. Though heartbroken, Clara knew their mission was accomplished, the world was finally free from the amulet's grip. In the aftermath, Clara returned to Washington, her spirit forever changed by the horrors she had endured. She became a guardian of ancient artifacts, dedicating her life to ensuring that no other innocent souls would suffer the same fate as Max. The legend of Max Morgan and Clara Walsh echoed through the years, a testament to their bravery and unwavering determination. Their names were whispered in hushed tones, a reminder that even in the face of unimaginable darkness, the human spirit can triumph. But somewhere, in the shadows of the world, the remnants of the amulet lay scattered, waiting for another unsuspecting soul to stumble upon its malevolence. And so, the battle between light and darkness continued, a perpetual struggle that would test the mettle of those brave enough to confront it. Years passed, and Clara Walsh remained vigilant in her mission to protect others from the remnants of the cursed amulet. She traveled tirelessly, tracking down artifacts with dark histories, ensuring they were secured and kept away from the hands of those who sought to exploit their power. During her endeavors, Clara encountered a network of individuals who shared her cause. A clandestine organization known as the Guardians of Light had been silently fighting against supernatural threats for centuries. Impressed by Clara's resilience and determination, they welcomed her into their ranks, providing her with knowledge, resources, and a renewed sense of purpose. Under the tutelage of the Guardians, Clara honed her skills in combat, magic, and ancient lore. She became a formidable warrior against the forces of darkness, dedicated to preserving the delicate balance between the realms of the living and the supernatural. One fateful day, Clara received a cryptic message. A new artifact had surfaced, rumored to possess powers beyond imagination. The message hinted that this artifact might be linked to the remnants of the cursed amulet she had destroyed years ago. Determined to prevent history from repeating itself, Clara embarked on a perilous journey to uncover the truth. The trail led her to a remote village nestled in the heart of the Carpathian Mountains. The villagers spoke in hushed tones about a hidden temple, said to house the artifact. However, they warned Clara of the terrifying creatures that guarded it, creatures whispered to be the very embodiment of nightmares. Undeterred, Clara ventured into the treacherous mountains, facing chilling winds and treacherous terrain. She arrived at the temple's entrance, a colossal structure adorned with intricate carvings that depicted ancient rituals and forgotten deities. As she stepped inside, the air grew thick with anticipation, and an otherworldly silence engulfed her. Navigating the temple's labyrinthine corridors, Clara encountered grotesque statues that seemed to watch her every move. Strange symbols adorned the walls, their meaning lost to time. A sense of foreboding hung in the air, and Clara's heart raced with a mixture of excitement and trepidation. Finally, she reached the inner sanctum, where the artifact awaited. In the center of the room, bathed in an ethereal glow, rested a golden pedestal. On it rested a small, ornate box, rumored to contain unimaginable power. With caution, Clara approached the box, her senses on high alert. As she reached out to open it, the ground beneath her shook violently. The temple trembled, as if in protest of her intrusion. Clara's heart pounded in her chest as a realization struck her: this temple was not just a guardian of the artifact, but a sentient being in itself. From the shadows emerged the temple's true form, a towering, monstrous entity, its eyes glowing with an otherworldly fire. It roared with a deafening sound that reverberated through Clara's very core. The temple's wrath had been awakened. Clara braced herself, channeling all her training and inner strength. She fought valiantly against the wrathful entity, dodging its massive strikes and retaliating with precision and determination. The battle raged on, shaking the temple to its foundations. With every blow exchanged, Clara's understanding deepened. She realized that the temple was not evil but merely a guardian, a protector of the artifact's immense power. It sought to prevent its misuse, and Clara's presence had triggered its defense mechanisms. Drawing upon her connection to the ancient forces of light, Clara made a daring move. She pleaded with the temple, communicating her intentions, to ensure the artifact would be safeguarded and used for the greater good. In an act of trust, she offered her hand, symbolizing her commitment to the cause. In that moment, an extraordinary transformation occurred. The temple's wrathful visage softened, its colossal form shrinking until it stood before Clara as a figure of ethereal light. The guardian entity had recognized her pure intentions and entrusted her with the artifact. With the artifact in her possession, Clara felt its power pulsating through her veins. It was a power that could shape destinies and bend reality itself. She knew that such a force must never fall into the wrong hands, for it could bring about untold chaos and destruction. Returning to the Guardians of Light, Clara presented the artifact to the Council of Elders. They conducted extensive research and discovered its true nature, a key of creation, capable of unraveling the boundaries of existence and rewriting the very fabric of reality. Realizing the grave responsibility they now held, Clara and the Council devised a plan to safeguard the key of creation. They forged an alliance with the most powerful sorcerers, warriors, and mystics across the realms, creating an impenetrable fortress known as the Citadel of Light. Within the walls of the Citadel, the key of creation was locked away in the most secure chamber, guarded by an elite force of guardians. Clara, now a respected leader among her peers, dedicated her life to maintaining the delicate balance between the worlds and ensuring the key remained hidden from those who sought to abuse its power. Years turned into decades, and Clara watched over the Citadel with unwavering determination. She became a beacon of hope and wisdom, guiding new generations of guardians as they trained to defend against supernatural threats. But darkness never rests, and whispers began to spread of an ancient cult that sought to seize the key of creation and unleash untold chaos upon the realms. Clara knew she could not face this threat alone. The end.